Hey all, it's me again. I just wanted to talk about an issue that I've been really wanting to address for a very long time because, which is the issue of racism and how you can overcome it. Everyone talks about racism and everyone complains about it, but really nobody empowers people to know how to solve it. Okay? I mean, I shouldn't say how to solve it, but how people can overcome it at the individual level. So first of all, as you already know, I grew up in South Africa under apartheid, so I know a lot about how racism can affect a person at an individual level and at a what you call a societal level. So the key thing for you is to identify what you can do at an individual level and what you can do for to benefit the society. Racism is a matter of law, a law made by human beings, fallible human beings, and your job is to understand that uh, it will take overturning those laws, which we have done here in the United States and we've done in South Africa. You overturn the laws to allow people to move freely, legally, and to live their lives and achieve their own potential legally. And that's number one. And number two, the question then becomes: once the laws have been at least fixed in a way that allows everyone to live equally, what then do you do? So you have to understand that you have a responsibility to begin with, and that responsibility includes understanding what racism is, so that you know when you see it. Number one, and number two, you need to identify things that you can do to take advantage of the system that is allows you to have at least an opportunity to compete, to excel in life, and to do the things that you couldn't do if the laws were segregation laws were legal. So that's number one. I mean number two. So once you identify those things, then you have to understand that you have a responsibility to take advantage of that. Things like you have to identify things that you can control. Things like, for instance, if you're a little kid, a black kid who's growing up in America or even South Africa, the main thing you can do is to understand that if I go to school and I excel, that is on my shoulders. Or if I don't do well, that is on my shoulders. And so I have to do everything that I can to make sure that everything that I touch, I try to excel. That's number one. So identifying what you can control and what you cannot control is the key to success, even with racism even prevalent. Okay, number two. So number three, you understand that there will always be douchebags in life. So racism can be used as a bullying tactic by those who want to take you off your game, and your job is to understand that there will be people who are douchebags, and your job is to make sure that you don't let them get under your skin, so to speak. And once you understand that, then you can move on in life knowing that, you know what, it's not about me. If someone is bullying me using racism, it's about them and their own levels of insecurity. So don't even, allow that to affect you in a negative manner. So as I said, just to sum it up, because I don't want this video to be too long, the number one is to understand that at the state level or at the societal level, you can do something to band with others to change laws. Number two, you understand your responsibility and you take full responsibility of what you can do to advance your life, and not blame that on anyone or society. And even if it's hard, you do everything that you can, because you focus, you zeroed in into what it is that you want to achieve, because there are a lot of distractions. And if you take racism as a distraction at an individual level, then you can stay focused. Have you ever wondered the people who survived during slavery, who were able to achieve things even though they were living like at the times that it was very difficult to be black? For instance, you look at uh, I mean, you can go through the history of the achievements by African Americans. You can look at the history of achievements by South Africans, and then you can see that people, even under the most strenuous circumstances, can survive. That doesn't mean that we as Black people have to live through that or go through that. It's unfair, but guess what? You still have to understand that there are things that you can do personally, even when things are hard, to advance your life. Yes, I understand some people get lucky and all of those things, and that's the reality of life. Not all of us are going to get lucky, but we can do things in our individual capacity to effect change and achieve the things that we want to achieve in life by focusing and by making sure that we don't allow distractions to take us off our game. And I mean, again, if you treat it as a bullying tactic, then you know that even if someone were to call you something that you are not, how would you respond? You just ignore them, or like just move on, or do whatever to how people deal with like bullying. So my job here was to just give you advice on being able to identify the problem, understand that there is a societal component to it, and there's an individual component to it, and there's a douchebaggery component to it. And if you understand the individual component of it, then you can really truly stay focused and really take responsibility for the things that you can do in your life. Thank you so much.